Imagine traveling across America, only to find the middle class struggling to find a place to call home. Beyond the scenic routes, a crisis is unfolding, one that threatens the foundation of stable jobs and secure homes. We'll visit top states across the country, exploring how a potential economic crash could push millions of ordinary families to the brink. This isn't just a travel story, it's a look at the economic pressures reshaping the American dream. If you believe in the power of storytelling, please consider subscribing to support more documentaries like this. Now, let's begin our journey into the heart of America's housing crisis. Our journey begins in California, the Golden State, long a symbol of opportunity. But beneath the sunshine, the cost of living has soared, making even modest homes unaffordable for many. Families with steady jobs, teachers, nurses, are now house poor, with most of their income swallowed by rent or mortgages. One unexpected expense can push them over the edge. If the tech-driven economy falters, mass layoffs could devastate families already stretched thin. With minimal savings and maxed-out credit, the line between middle class and homelessness is razor thin. This silent crisis is brewing in suburbs and cities alike. The people at risk are our neighbors, friends, and essential workers. For many, the California dream could quickly become a nightmare. Next, we head to New York, where ambition meets sky-high costs. For the middle class, making it now means a daily struggle to stay afloat. Rents are astronomical, and basic necessities come at a premium. Teachers, firefighters, and office workers are being priced out of the communities they serve. An economic downturn would accelerate this crisis. Job losses would make already unaffordable rents impossible. Renters, with no equity to fall back on, could face eviction and homelessness almost overnight. The ripple effect would shutter businesses and devastate families. In the city that never sleeps, many could soon have nowhere to lay their heads. In Florida, paradise comes with a price. The state's reliance on tourism makes its economy fragile, and a surge in new residents has sent housing costs soaring. Middle-class families, often working in the service industry, are being squeezed by stagnant wages and rising expenses. If tourism collapses, as it did in 2020, mass layoffs would leave families with no income and no way to pay rent. With little savings, the path to homelessness would be swift. The very industry that drew people to Florida could force them out. The dream of a life in the Sunshine State could vanish overnight. For many, paradise could quickly turn into a struggle for shelter. Texas is booming, but rapid growth has a hidden cost. Cities like Austin and Dallas are now unaffordable for many middle-class workers. Teachers and first responders face long commutes as housing prices soar. An economic downturn, especially in oil, gas, or tech, could trigger widespread job losses. Families who bought at the market's peak risk owing more than their homes are worth. Renters face landlords under financial strain. The promise of prosperity could become a trap, leaving many dependent on a fragile economy. In Texas, the specter of homelessness is growing alongside the skyline. In Chicago, the middle class walks a financial tightrope. Manufacturing jobs have faded, replaced by sectors vulnerable to recession. High property taxes and living costs eat into incomes, leaving families one crisis away from disaster. A major downturn would mean job losses, foreclosures, and evictions. The city's budget woes would only worsen, compounding the risk. For many, the sense of security that once defined middle-class life is gone. The path from stability to homelessness is alarmingly short. In the Windy City, economic change could blow away the last safety nets. In Washington, the tech boom has fueled prosperity and deep divides. Soaring housing costs have pushed out essential workers, forcing long commutes and financial strain. If the tech industry falters, massive layoffs could ripple through the entire economy. The inflated housing market could collapse, leaving homeowners underwater and renters facing eviction. Even non-tech jobs would be at risk as secondary businesses fail. The region's prosperity is built on a fragile foundation. For the middle class, a tech bust could mean losing everything. The engine of growth could become the source of crisis. Massachusetts boasts world-class institutions, but its stability comes at a steep price. Boston's housing market is among the nation's most expensive, locking out many middle-class families. Essential workers, nurses, educators, researchers struggle to afford even modest homes. High costs leave little room for savings, making families vulnerable to any disruption. A recession could mean layoffs even in stable sectors, pushing families to the brink. The path from comfort to foreclosure, or eviction, is alarmingly short. In a state known for its intellect, the math of survival is unforgiving. Many may find themselves priced out of the very communities they serve. In New Jersey, the dream of suburban life comes with crushing property taxes. For middle-class homeowners, these taxes can rival a second mortgage, draining resources and security. Any job loss or economic downturn magnifies the risk. Tax bills don't stop, even if paychecks do. Municipalities facing their own shortfalls aggressively pursue collections, leading to foreclosure. Families can lose their homes not to the bank, but to unpaid taxes. The very symbol of middle-class success becomes a source of vulnerability. In a crisis, New Jersey could see a wave of tax-driven foreclosures. Colorado's booming cities and outdoor lifestyle have driven up costs, pushing the middle class to the edge. Housing prices in Denver and beyond have far outpaced wages. Essential workers are forced into long commutes or out of the market entirely. An economic downturn could hit multiple sectors: tech, tourism, energy, at once. With little savings, families would struggle to pay rent or mortgages. The influx of new residents could reverse, but those left behind would face grim options. The mountain views offer little comfort to those facing eviction. Arizona's rapid growth has turned affordability into a mirage. Rents in Phoenix are rising faster than wages, displacing longtime residents. Much of the economy relies on construction and real estate, sectors vulnerable to a crash. A downturn would halt building, causing mass layoffs and immediate hardship for middle-class families. Many renters, not homeowners, are now at risk, making evictions swift and brutal. The desert's promise of a better life could quickly fade. For countless families, the housing boom could end in a bust. Our journey reveals that behind America's postcard images, millions live on a razor's edge. The line between stability and homelessness is thinner than we think. These stories aren't just about housing, they're about the universal need for security and community. If these stories resonate, please subscribe to support more vital documentaries. Thank you for joining us. Stay informed, stay compassionate, and help build a more stable future for all. The first step toward solutions is understanding. And that journey starts with you.